Retirement just got savage. Millions of Americans are finding out that retirement is a nightmare. They're seeing clawbacks, rising health insurance premiums, and shrinking checks from Social Security. And while it's all happening quietly, we're going to make it loud. Let's get into these clips.
You worked 40 years and can't even afford a damn vacation? You're not alone. I get it. I'm right there with you. I worked my whole life. I'm Pam, retired mom and grandma, and I thought I was set for my retirement. I had plans to travel, but then insurance costs doubled, unexpected expenses hit, and I'm freaking stressed out. You work your whole life, give your life to the job, and now you're stuck at home, afraid to spend.
Look, it's hard when you work your whole life and now you find out you can't afford anything. If you're under 65 and you're retired, I can kind of help you with health insurance. Go to healthnerd.net. See if those quotes help you. At least you'll learn something there. Anyway, let's keep watching.
And watching cruise commercials from your recliner, seeing other people's beach vacation, thinking, wow, that must be nice. This isn't freedom. This is survival.
And it is survival. The crazy thing, too, is you see all these people on vacations. Most of them are doing it on credit, and they're living in debt. Let's keep these video clips going because the next ones are about to get wild.
Nurses are not eligible to retire until we're 67 years old. We have to work until we're 67 in order to receive full benefits.
67.
But they blessed us with the opportunity for increased benefits if we work till age 70. Most of our patients are gone by age 70. The military, they get to retire after 20 years of service. The police, they get to retire after 20 years of service. Firefighters, they get to retire after 25 years of service. And teachers, they get to retire after 30 years of service.
I mean, nursing is a physically demanding job, too. And you're telling me that they want people to work till they're 67 just to retire? Makes no sense. Hey, I used to be a nurse. I used to work in surgery. That's why I got out of it and started my own business. All right, let's keep watching. And by the way, if you have kids that want to go into nursing, I suggest they do something else.
You will never retire. Almost nobody will in the future. There's so many things that have gone wrong between the inflation, the complete removal of pensions. Even a lot of pensions that are out there are going to have trouble one day with the markets. You could talk about the national debt. You could talk about pending interest rates, but there's so much going on. I think Denmark, even over in Europe, they just pushed their retirement age to 70.
I'm curious. So I'm hoping a lot of you watching right now are in the retirement age or approaching retirement or know people that have retired. I would love it if you put it in the comments to give me and the viewers some advice on how to better plan for retirement in today's day and age. Don't use how it used to be like 10, 20 years ago, based on today and how things are. That would be such valuable info. And if you're going to do that, like and subscribe to the video too. Let's keep it going.
20-year-olds don't know, but they will know around the age of 60. I'm about to drop some serious knowledge. You guys need to really be listening to this because this could change your whole outlook on what you're trying to do with your life.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Now, I did a video about ageism in the workforce for people, especially in their 60s. And many young people on here are saying, oh, they're not hiring them because they're going to retire soon. Saddest fucking thing, guys.
So they're not going to retire people they're not going to hire people because they're going to retire soon, but they don't want them to retire soon until they're old enough. Like, isn't that a catch-22? How are people supposed to live and survive?
Many of them can't retire. A lot of them are going to be collecting Social Security. Social Security, look up what the average for Social Security is. Here, I'll help you. It's between this number and this number is the average for Social Security. Can you live off that much?
Less than $1,000 a month for an individual and $1,450 for a couple. I mean, look, even if your house is paid off, your property taxes, utilities, internet, phone bill, and food, not a chance.
Month. And if you can, congratulations, you are less than 1%ers. This is not going to even cover most people's rent. Don't forget food, medication, anything. And there could be.
Look, and my own family's in the same boat. My mom's in the same boat. She couldn't retire, and she's got health issues. She's having a hard time, and I help her too. It's just such a struggle. I'm sure like 40, 50 years ago, it was much easier, respectively, to retire. You tell me if I'm wrong. I'd like to know if I'm wrong, but it seems like it was easier to retire back then.
It'd be a good chance by the time that you're 60 that not even this is available for you. I know people who are extremely sick going into work after surgeries because they need to work just to have medical. They require a certain kind of medical insurance for their particular medications. So
Yep,
health is
specialty
everything
meds.
too. So even though a lot of 60-year-olds are capable, sure, they would love to retire. Some love to work, but many are stuck in the cycle. They have to work till their last dying breath because...
You know, even if you love to work, I would imagine, like, you know, it's cool if you work in an office, maybe you do some consulting, your job's basically giving advice or teaching people, something that's not so demanding on your body and mental as a whole. But most of these jobs that people are stuck doing are demanding. Like, look at that nurse earlier. She's got to work till she's 67 to retire. I'm telling you, nursing's a hard job, and it's not enough. It's not enough money anyway, but it's just not worth it. Let's check out some more stories. Like, these are just mind-blowing, honestly. I'm not looking forward to my future. Challenge time. I want you to take a guess at how much money you need saved up to retire. And I'm going to use a commonly retired in state, which is Florida, because a lot of people love to go to Florida to retire. Take a second to guess. All right. So as we can see here, to retire in Florida, with a relatively low annual cost of living of $61,000, you need $977,000 to retire. Okay, cash. And I'm guessing that this assumes that you don't have like a mortgage either, because the cost of living of $61K seems pretty low if you have a mortgage. So you got to have paid off stuff. Do you have $977,000 saved up? Now, the crazy thing is, too, if you're in a state like Hawaii, we're looking at $2.2 million. Forget retiring in Hawaii, maybe just a little vacation. I mean, look at these numbers. I mean, none of these numbers are low, right? All right, let's keep watching these clips because these stories are going to keep getting more and more out of hand. Let's go.
Millennials are going to work until they die, and Gen Z is going to have to work even longer, according to a new article released by Yahoo Finance, saying that millennials and Gen Z are going to have to save $3 million in order to retire comfortably by age 65.
That 977K factor, by the way, is for today retiring. People in my age group and the younger group, looks like that's going to 4 to 5x.
If that doesn't blow your mind, let's look at some more facts, because this gets way darker really fast if we look at the details behind what they're saying here. First thing to point out is if you start working at age 20 and you never take a year off, or any time off for that matter, and you work until 65, that's 45 years of working 9 to 5, 5 days a week, maybe more than that. So if you look at that 45-year span of working and you divide the $3 million you need to retire by those 45 years, you wind up with $66,000 a year you need to save in order to hit that $3 million.
That's not even
Thankfully,
possible.
we don't have to save.
For most.
We can invest in the market, which is going to help us hit this target. So if we expect an average of 7% return every year compounded for those 45 years, you only need to invest about $800 per month in order to hit that $3 million.
And $800 a month is pushing it. Most people don't have $100 a month extra to invest.
Target. But the average American right now has less than $1,000 in saving. Not saving $1,000 every month. They're maintaining less than $1,000 total in saving. The total amount in savings month to month. So that $800 a month that needs to be invested, for millennials and Gen Z, where is that money going to come from?
And that's part of the struggle, because things are just so expensive. There's no money left to save.
But before we answer that question, another question comes up. Millennials are now in their 30s, meaning they don't have 45 years to invest and save. They have 35 years. So I have on my computer this fancy investment calculator that's going to help us figure out how much millennials are going to have to put away and invest every month in order to hit that $3 million target. Since millennials only have 35 years to work with, assuming that we get a 7% annualized return on our money that we invest, millennials actually have to put away $1,700 per month in order to hit that target that Yahoo Finance says we need to hit in order to retire at 65. $1,700 per month comes out to an extra $20,000 per year that millennials have got to sock away. But But that's assuming an inflation rate of 0%. National inflation is supposed to be around 2.7% per year on average. So when we update those numbers, it means that millennials 30 or older need to actually be investing and saving $4,400 per month, because we don't have that extra 10 years of compounded interest to help us get to that $3 million.
Do you think what he's saying is accurate? Because it sounds so insane to me that I wish it wasn't true, but I think it is true. Tell me what advice you're going to give to your kids after seeing this.
Inflation in the United States is actually sitting around 7% per year, and it's only getting worse. So when we adjust all of this on our fancy retirement calculator, it means that for millennials to get to that $3 million retirement nest egg, while fighting inflation that's out of control, we need to be investing over $10,000 per month, because this little green line here on this graph.
What are we talking about? The numbers just keep going up and up. Investing $10,000 a month? People can't invest $10,000 over 10 years, it sounds like.
Shows what we are left with after inflation. The blue line shows what would happen if we didn't have any inflation to combat, but we just broke the calculator. Like, this thing won't even calculate more than $10,000 saved and invested per month. It maxes out at $10,000 being invested per month at a...
Great, because based on this, I'm just going to kind of give up on life now, and I guess I'm just either going to live under a rock or work forever. What else is there to do? All right, let's finish this up. Let's see what else he's saying.
7% annualized return with an expected inflation rate of 7%. That means by 65, you've only got $1.6 million that has accumulated by saving and investing, which is half of what Yahoo Finance says you need in order to retire. We literally broke the investing calculator here. So let's all really hope that Walmart stops closing stores in the communities that are getting looted every day, because we're all going to need those Walmart greeting jobs when we...
Look, I want you to tell me in the comments, all right, if you're already retired, please tell us how you did it. If you're getting close to retirement age, are you going to be able to retire? Put that in the comments. And then if you're like around my age, millennial, I doubt you're Gen Z watching this, but if you have like kids that are in your 30s or 20s, what advice would you give them now? Because it seems like life just keeps getting harder and harder. This is just really sad. All right, throw me a like and a subscribe. We'll have more fun on the next one.